I think that there is absolutely a relationship between utility and beauty. I mean, there is something, beautiful about creating efficiencies. And actually, the more utility we have, the more, you could argue, the more time is freed up for us to gaze at things that we think are beautiful, right? And, waste time in a museum, right?
Right.
Because I was able to order a book that arrived at my house in, 12 hours or something like that. And I didn't
Or
have to
read some of the books on the
spend
shelf,
time
right?
there's
That's
many
right.
books on the shelf right now. So, you could argue that the vast utility, the things that have been created have actually, allowed me to sit down and be able to spend time, reading or investing myself in exploring beauty. There are different kinds of beauty, and I think there's aesthetic beauty for sure. There's also moral beauty, right? And when I think back at some of the experiences in my life, the encounters that I've had that I would describe as the most beautiful, almost all of them involve encounters with other people, right? Witnessing some beautiful act of love, right? Like seeing a beautiful soul, seeing somebody work in a beautiful way and who's a master at their craft. I find it incredibly beautiful when somebody's invested in being able to do some simple thing with excellence, to provide for their family. All of these things, there's a certain quality of moral beauty about that.
Mhm.
And that sort of transcends, my thinking is beautiful for merely aesthetic reasons. And there's something deeply human about this. And I think that this deeply human side of beauty, we need that in technology, right? The minute that technology is divorced from the human person, the minute that business loses sight of the human person, which is at the center of all business, what are we doing this for, right?
And science as well, I would imagine.
And science as well, right? Then I think, that's an indicator when we're creating things that are not allowing people to experience a full range of their humanity, a full range of human emotions, because I have my head buried in my phone for so many hours a day that I'm missing, the created reality around me. I'm missing nature. I'm missing the sunset that I'm driving right by in my Uber. I'm busy texting somebody or scrolling Twitter or something like that. These are clear indications that, part of that is personal responsibility involved in this too. But as creators, as people that are thinking about innovating, discovering truths, how do these truths ultimately relate to human life? What will they mean? And especially when we're creating new things, and scientists have a big role to play in this, what does it mean for humanity? As we're creating rockets that can go to Mars, we always have to go back to the question of why and what will that do to kind of the human spirit, right? And our society in general.